You can be told your thyroid is perfectly normal and still have a thyroid that's quietly leaving your tissues unable to repair. The lab can look fine, while at the level of your actual cells, your metabolism is running slow, your healing has stalled, and your pain has nowhere to go. This is one of the most frustrating blind spots in conventional care. Let me show you what's being missed. I'm Dr. Padda. The thyroid is your body's metabolic thermostat. It sets the pace of repair and renewal in every tissue. And there's a subtle thyroid problem that standard testing routinely overlooks, one that can keep a person in pain by stalling the very healing they're working so hard to achieve. Your thyroid produces hormones that control your metabolic rate, how fast your cells produce energy, turn over old tissue, and build new tissue. When thyroid signaling is robust, repair is brisk. When it's sluggish, everything slows. Connective tissue turnover, cellular repair, the clearing of damaged tissue. Now, full-blown hypothyroidism is well recognized, but there's a more subtle problem, what we can call subclinical or tissue-level thyroid hypometabolism, where the standard blood test falls within the reference range, yet the hormone isn't doing its job effectively at the tissue level. Here's the crux. A blood test measures how much hormone is circulating. It does not directly measure how well that hormone is being converted to its active form and used inside your tissues. The thyroid hormone has to be activated and then has to successfully signal within the cell, and that process can be impaired by inflammation, by stress, by nutrient deficiencies, by the very metabolic dysfunction we've been discussing all series. So you can have normal hormone in the blood and still have reduced thyroid action where it counts. The thermostat reads fine on the wall, but the house is cold. So how does this become pain? If your tissue level metabolism is running slow, the turnover of connective tissue stalls and necessary cellular repair processes lag behind. An injury that should heal in weeks lingers for months. Damaged tissue isn't cleared and rebuilt efficiently. Muscles can ache and stiffen, and there are well-documented links between low thyroid function and musculoskeletal pain and weakness. For a person trying to recover from a pain condition, a sluggish thyroid is like trying to rebuild a house with a crew working at half speed. The repair never quite catches up to the damage, and the pain persists. Let me be balanced here, because this is an area with real nuance and some legitimate debate. What's well established is that overt hypothyroidism causes muscle pain, weakness, and impaired tissue repair, and that thyroid status influences musculoskeletal health. What we pay attention to clinically is the gray zone, patients whose labs sit in the lower end of normal, alongside clear signs of slow metabolism and stalled healing. Evaluating thyroid function thoughtfully, in the full clinical context rather than by a single number, is simply good medicine, and it's often skipped. So if you've been handed a lab result and told your thyroid is fine, while you sit there exhausted, slow to heal, and aching, I want to validate your experience. How you function is data too. A number landing inside a broad reference range doesn't automatically override the lived reality of a body that's clearly running slow. You deserve an evaluation that looks at the whole picture, your symptoms, your healing, your metabolism, not just one line on a printout. So here's our approach. We assess thyroid function comprehensively and in clinical context, considering not just whether a number is in range, but whether your body is showing the signs of effective thyroid action. We address the factors that impair tissue-level thyroid signaling, the inflammation, the nutrient deficiencies, the metabolic dysfunction we've been correcting throughout this series. When thyroid metabolism is optimized appropriately and the obstacles to its action are removed, the pace of repair picks back up. Connective tissue turns over, healing accelerates, and the pain that was stuck because the repair was stalled finally has room to resolve. If your healing has stalled and your pain won't move, the pace of your metabolism may be the missing variable. You deserve a full evaluation, not a single glance at one number. Go to painmd.tv and take the first step. I'm Dr. Padda. Let's make sure nothing that's slowing your recovery gets overlooked.